that, but you can all. In fact, them, Dre, Jimmy, me, you, my own kids, they're brats. They can off, them and you off, you too, Paul, got two biggest blue paws. What you thought you saw ain't what you saw, cause you're never gonna see me caught sleeping, see the kidnapping, never did happen. Like Sherry Papini, Harry Houdini, I vanish into the thin air as I'm leaving like abracadabra. And for my last trick, I'm about to reach in my back, like abracadabra. And for my last trick, just like that, and I'm back, bro.
Flip mode. 9-7. Bust a bus. Hot. Check it out. Hit you with no delaying, so what you saying, yo? Silly with your ice grilly with the dilly, yo. When I be on the mic, yes, I do my duty, yo. While up in the club like we while in the studio. You know when to violate, baby, really and truly, yo. My main thug, villain ain't Julio, he moody, yo. Type of brother that'll get with the real shook, scared to death, act, yo. X that, look at shorty, she a little cutie, yo. The way she make me wanna get all in the, yo. Top mistress of the videos. While I'm with my freak like we up in the freak shows. Hit you with the, make you feel it all in your toes. Hot, got a...
Opened in 2001, it lies on the same site and retains the name of the city's beloved former stadium. We're here at Empower Field at Mile High in Denver.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
To kick off, here's Will Lutz. And off we go from Denver. Kickoff taken at the 3. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30.
At their own 29-yard line.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
1st and 10 from the 41. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. It's caught, one. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They strike for 23 yards. And it'll be 1st down, Colts. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. That's brought in. It's his back, Jonathan Taylor. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make it pay.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They put downs in motion right. From the 28. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Talanoa Hufanga makes the play. The 30. He's at the 10. And it's a pick 6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. Will Lutz now on for the extra point. And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call.
Will Buck to kick off for the Broncos.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. After the pick, Richardson back to the air. Taylor makes the catch. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Working from the gun, it's Richardson. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
3rd and short yardage here, Richardson. This one finds Taylor. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. That one gains 7. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Dre Greenlaw picks it off. And the Broncos take over on his 5th interception of the season.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Handoff on 2nd and short. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kid, I knew it at the time. I think everybody did. We knew the Legion of Boom was special, right? That entire secondary, but their safety's ability, Earl and Cam, to come downhill, to make those tackles behind the line of scrimmage as he just did. Yeah, man, you appreciate great safety play like that.
Let's go. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
The handoff on 3rd and short. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Mix off the play action. And the defender comes away with it. Picked up by Jalen Jones.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, Largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Escapes the pocket. And he's touchdown about 5 yards shy of that first down marker.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
From the gun on 3rd down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Colts going to kick this away now on 4th, and it's Rigoberto Sanchez on for the punt. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. He's got this at the 27. Bouncing football. And their offense still gets this one. They're taking over as the fumble skips out of bounds. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Connects with his back, Jaleel McLaughlin. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains, but I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Let's go now. Hawk 70. Ready?
Running for the marker on 2nd. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down. New set of downs for him from the 46.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Throwing on 1st down, Nix. As a man, that's Cortland Sutton. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They're set up at the 35 now.
Set. 65, go.
Nix with it on 1st. That finds Vele, complete. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. We're a quarter of the way through on this. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Shotgun snap to Nix. And the Colts get to him. He goes down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions, you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
And they take him down right along the 30.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
Here we go.
3rd and long for Nix. McLaughlin there to bring it in. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, stop it. Anytime you start sniffing that red zone and you don't score 6, you only come away with 3 points. Not what you're looking for on the call sheet.
Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
They're out and set, first and 10. Richardson. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Taylor gets it on first and 10. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
From the 40 on second down. He's on the move. And the coverage just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
Chased out to his right. He's running for it. And he goes out. Just needed one more step there to reach midfield. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
On target to his man Taylor. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. So march it forward after they accept the penalty. A fresh set of downs after that penalty. Here's first and 10. Throwing now, Richardson. Completed to his running back. What a hit, and the ball's loose. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
You know, Kate, there was a memory burns into my dad, high school coach's memory forever. And that was after winning a game, losing coach comes over and says, Mike, I guess sometimes better to be lucky than good. No, my dad was good. In this case, the runner, he was lucky. He was lucky the sideline saved him as that ball bounces harmlessly out of the way.
Shotgun, handoff to Taylor. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 27. He's got his man. That's Alec Pierce. And that will not be enough for a first down.
A whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front, they didn't give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
The best defensive ends in the NFL, they don't need to win sustained battles to get home. Nope. Sometimes, Kate, all they need is one quick move, and they're into the backfield blowing it up.
And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. And the deficit remains 2 scores. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You spring a big gain like that, Kate, on the interior, 9 times out of 10, that O-line decisively won their matchup with the big fellas up front. They got those pads down. They created leverage, and they opened up that running lane.
1st down, and they go right back to him. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Reward that tackle to the effort of Leatu Latu. The rookie out of UCLA in on the stop.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They kick the running back in motion. Out of the gun, it's Nix. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Nix from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It's Matt Hawk who's headed out there to punt on 4th down. And this will be his first effort of the contest. And this one is crushed. Wow, beautiful punt here. That is going to go for 60-plus. He put too much juice into that one. It lands in the end zone. We're bringing things out to the 20-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Has him on the quick hitter. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that game. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 23. Buys time, rolling right. Catch is made down the right sideline. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Timeout taken by the defense. They're 2nd. Markers reset, ball at the 37. 1st down throw here from Richardson. On target to Downs. And they crush him right near the marker. Looks close, but yep, Brock, I think he safely got that 1st down before the hit. They'll throw again, Richardson. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now. Looking for his wide receiver there. So 2nd down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
He's back to throw. Throwing for the end zone. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40.
Hey, you go into halftime with a double-digit lead, your number one objective, and they'll all say it in that locker room, it's 0-0 to begin the second half. So you want to come out firing the same way you did in that first half, and that kick returner, he took matters in his own hands.
Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
Nix again on 2nd and 10. This is Ingram working the left side. Give him 13 on that play. And the Broncos will have a 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
On 1st and 10, here's Nix. Fits it through the middle. And he gets in. Touchdown, Denver! The Broncos grow the lead coming out of halftime. Extra point try now from Lutz. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Broncos take a 3-possession lead. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Return starts at the 3. He stopped on the return at the 27.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Finds his man, Downs. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. On 1st down, it's Richardson. Oh, he makes the catch. Impressive grab, but he should have let it go. They're going to lose yards.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Here's 2nd and 11. Hits him on the out route. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
And the Broncos are in the nickel for this 3rd down. Option give to Taylor. And he's brought down for a loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Now Richardson on 4th down. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best. And you get to see how you handle the most pressure. And it turns out they handled it pretty darn well. And now they'll keep pushing.
Richardson now on 1st and 10. Stays in the pocket. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. That one intended for Adonai Mitchell. So it'll be 2nd down. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. That's caught. He found some space. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
24-yard gain on the play. And the Colts first down.
Working inside the red zone. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And it's going to be second down. Throwing now, Richardson. Catch made by Mitchell. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Gets this to Woods. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much at training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
Taylor. Call it no gain that time, and they'll have 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
Trying again from the 2. It's 2nd and goal. They're running the option, short side. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Colts start the second half with some needed points. It's an Anthony Richardson touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Colts cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. He fields it from the 8. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
It's Nix out of the pistol. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Like so many before him, he's brought down by DeForest Buckner.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Nix. McLaughlin's got it, complete. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Throwing on 1st down, Nix. McLaughlin there to bring it in. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Nicks off the play action. On the move, headed right. He just throws this one away.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down.
Let's go.
They'll throw again. Nicks. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. On comes Will Lutz in the Broncos field goal unit. This a 50-yard look from the right hash. Hanging close, and it does find that right upright. No good. And their lead holds steady at 10.
Man, that is a sound every kicker dreads. I really thought it had a chance to sneak in, but instead, it's rejected by the upright.
First down throw here from Richardson. That one falls incomplete and brings us to the end of this. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
19, Tiger, 19. Here we go, set. Warrior 70.
From the shotgun, it's Richardson. On target to Downs. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Third down, 1 yard to go. From the gun, Taylor. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Now Richardson to throw. Taylor makes the catch. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball, right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Putting a receiver in motion. Richardson back to throw. He just got rid of it, Brock, but he was still in that tackle box. This is going to draw the flag. No one in the area. He was still in the pocket. Seems like a pretty cut and dry intentional grounding to me.
Seems like you want to be an official someday, Kate.
Maybe.
Yeah, because you nailed that one.
So now a much tougher task here as they come up on 2nd and 20.
Let's go now.
Man in motion, headed right. Here we go, 2nd and very long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
Kate, I don't know if I've ever told you, but my dad was a driver's ed teacher. And I could just hear him right now say, son, take this out of reverse and put it in drive. Because this one's going nowhere right now. A drastic change on this play needed, and maybe a whole lot of luck to keep this series alive.
And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on third down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. Fourth down coming up.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. Trying to throw for it with Richardson. And on fourth down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the fourth. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets it through the midfield stripe and onto the Colts side of the field. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you get runs of that length. It may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Nix from the gun. It's tipped away, and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
I mean, you could see it right there. The trajectory of the ball changed as it was in flight. You know, on shorter throws, receivers, they can focus, they can adjust quickly. But on a long-distance throw like that, a tip, well, it really alters the course of the ball and makes it so tough to make an adjustment in time.
Here we go on 4th, Nix. Complete to Mims. One of their best play calls of this game, Brock. Nets them 17 yards on 4th down and gets them the first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. Good running here. He's across the 15. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a 1st and goal.
Didn't take a rocket scientist to know, Kate. They wanted to get the ball in this guy's hands any way they could, not just in the passing game, and he just showed you why. This defense not prepared for his impact on the ground.
1st down from the red zone. Forced out to his right. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stayed tight, and forced the throw away.
So the incompletion on 1st. Here's 2nd and goal.
Let's go.
Shotgun snap to Nix. He's got it. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
I remember talking to Jim Harbaugh one time, and Bo Schembechler asked him when he was a head coach, you have a tight end with his hand on the ground? Yes, coach. You have a fullback still on your roster? Yes, coach. Then you're going to be just fine.
They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal.
Ready.
They're headed up the middle. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. No gain on the run. And how about this? It brings up 4th and goal from the 1. One more push from the ground game. And this time he gets it done. Touchdown! The Broncos can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. Point after try is good by Lutz. And the Broncos take a 3-possession lead. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Has this at the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Catch made underneath by the back. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll be 1st down, Colts. New set of downs for him at the 38. On 1st down, it's Richardson. It's caught, Warren. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Richardson now on 1st and 10. This one finds Taylor. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that 1st down because you call a screen on 1st, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, the defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
They'll throw again, Richardson. Throw complete to Warren. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the 1st.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
3rd and short yardage here, Richardson. Getting out to his left. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a 1st. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. They'll come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Picked off, Brandon Jones. And the Broncos take over as he records his 10th career INT. Oh, man, Brock, they decided to air it out in pursuit of a touchdown that time, but it's intercepted, and the visit to the red zone comes up empty.
And that one stings, Kate. It really does. You have a limited opportunity that looks in that close, particularly as we get through the 2nd half. But once you get, you have to finish with points.
Rolling left, buying some time. He's running with it. They get to him, and he loses the football. It's out! And the Colts pick it up. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
Warren's got it, complete. So to the side of many mile-high salutes throughout the building, it's a win at home for the Broncos.